So I went round to a friend's place for dinner and they had a chart up on the kitchen fridge that just looked like this. And I said, "What's that chart for?" And they said, "This is how we get our kids to clean their rooms, clean the toilet and clean the kitchen. Every time they do that job, they get a tick on the chart. And when they have 10 ticks, they can have 15 minutes iPad time." And I said, "Oh yeah, so what do you do with the ticks when you collect them?" And they said, "What are you, crazy? We just cross them off. We just cross the ticks off." And so I said, "Okay, well, what if you wanted to get them to do more next week than you did this week? Where would you get the extra ticks from to award to them? Where would you borrow those ticks?" And they said, "What are you, crazy? Borrow ticks? How could we borrow the ticks? We just write them down. We write the ticks down and then we rub them out when the kids redeem them for iPad time. What are you even talking about?" And I said, "Right, okay, so you just write them down. Wow, that means that you could just get them to do, like a million jobs. You could get everything done. You could get the toilet cleaned and the kitchen. Why don't you put more things on there? They could do so much more." And they said, "But we only have 3 kids. We can't just get them to do all the work. There's only 3 kids there." And what I was doing was illustrating to them exactly how money works. When you put things in this context, it seems crazy that the amount of work we could get done is constrained by the number of ticks we can write down, not the number of children we have. And it seems crazy that you would borrow ticks from somewhere if you needed to write down more ticks, or that when the kids redeem their ticks for iPad time, you have to collect the ticks somehow and then reuse them next time. And that if you don't collect enough ticks one week, you have to borrow in order to spend more the next week. All of it seems completely bananas. So why does everyone have such a hard time understanding that this is how money works at the federal government level?